Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into what happened with Russia's wealthiest individuals right after the February 2022 attack on Ukraine.
That's right. We're looking at analysis from the ProAct portal.
Yeah.
You're interested in sort of the immediate fallout and maybe what it signals bigger picture.
Exactly. What did people do right away? So yeah, let's jump in.
Okay. Well, the first thing that really leaps out is just how quickly people left. ProAct tracked this. They found 49 billionaires from that Forbes list, the top 200. They left Russia between the end of February and March 2022.
49. Wow.
Yeah. And some had actually started leaving even a bit before that, right after Moscow recognized Donetsk and Luhansk.
Oh, almost like a stampede. And wasn't there that Kremlin meeting detail?
Yes, that's a crucial point. Some of the very same people leaving had apparently just been in a meeting with Putin.
On the day the war started.
On that exact day, February 24th. He reportedly told them to, well, understand the situation.
And their understanding seems to have been head for the exits.
It certainly looks that way. Their interpretation led them pretty much directly to heliports.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Where did they go? Was there a pattern?
There was. The data shows the UAE was overwhelmingly the top choice. 17 went there.
Dubai, I imagine.
Mostly Dubai, yes. Then you had Switzerland and Turkey, 5 each. France saw 4, and Cyprus 3.
Interesting mix. So focusing on that first wave, those leaving right away, who were they? Were they like particularly close to the state?
It seems that way. ProAct notes that some of those with, let's say, established Kremlin ties were among the first out. Like Boris Rotenberg, Arkady's brother. He was apparently in Nice on February 23rd, the day before the full-scale invasion.
Already positioned outside. Okay. Who else?
Mikhail Shelkov. Now, he's significant head of WSMPO Visma.
The titanium giant. Crucial for aerospace and, well, defense.
Precisely. A key supplier for the military-industrial complex, and he's known to be close to Rostex's Chemizov. Shelkov left on February 24th.
Right on day one. That is telling, given his company's role. Suggests maybe immediate worries about business or personal risks.
You'd have to assume so.
Yeah.
Then, the very next day, February 25th, you see the founders of the Alpha Group leaving.
Friedman, Avon.
Right. Pyotr Avon went to Italy. Michal Friedman and German Kahn also left Russia then.
Okay, big finance names.
And hot on their heels, Viktor Vekselberg of the Renova Group. He went to Turkey.
The list keeps growing.
It does. Leonid Mikkelsen from Novatek, the gas company, and Vadim Moskovich from Rusagro, they headed to Cyprus.
And Moskovich, wasn't there a later development with him?
Yes, worth noting, ProAct mentions he was arrested in March 2025. A separate event, but part of his timeline.
Got it. Anyone else in that initial rush?
Andrei Melnichenko, Urikim, Siuk, the coal and fertilizer guy, he apparently holds a UAE passport and was in Dubai the day after that Putin meeting.
Real big move.
And Dmitry Pompiansky from TMK, the pipe manufacturer, also Dubai, February 28th.
So a huge outflow of major figures right at the start, but the analysis mentioned another spike later on.
It did. The second significant wave identified by ProAct came during or immediately after Prigozhin's mutiny in June 2023.
Okay. That makes sense. How many left then?
Between June 22nd and 26th, so a very tight window, another 15 billionaires left the country.
15 more. Were these similarly high-profile people?
Oh, absolutely. Arkady Rotenberg himself, Boris's brother, was reported to be in Azerbaijan for urgent matters right during the mutiny.
Convenient timing for urgent matters.
Indeed. And Alexei Mordashov, the Severstal head, and Roman Abramovich both went to Turkey around then.
Abramovich seems to pop up in various places.
He does. Israeli media even reported him being seen in Tel Aviv on June 25th.
So two really distinct waves of departures tied to huge events, the invasion itself, and then major internal instability. How do analysts read this? What's the takeaway?
Well, the general interpretation, especially looking at that second wave after the mutiny, points strongly towards a serious lack of confidence, declining faith in Russia's political stability going forward.
Makes sense.
And that's likely layered on top of the ongoing worries about international sanctions, existing ones, potential new ones, asset freezes, travel bans. It creates a very uncertain climate for people with that level of wealth tied up internationally and domestically.
So the first wave might have been an immediate reaction to war and sanctions risk, but the second suggests deeper worries about the system itself cracking.
And this seems to be the prevailing view.
Yeah.
The Prigozhin episode really seemed to shake confidence internally.
Right, so we've seen these two big moments where Russia's super rich voted with their feet, or rather, their private jets.
Pretty much, yes. an immediate reaction, then another surge when internal stability looks shaky.
Okay, that brings us to a really interesting final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Considering how closely tied many of these individuals are or were to the Russian state, what does their rapid exit in these two specific moments really tell us about how they privately assess the risks? What's their view on the long-term stability inside Russia?
And maybe, what wider implications could that have beyond just where they park their fortunes? Something to think about.